Smart Thinking by Matthew Allen Audiobook, book summary in English. Introduction: The power of smart thinking. In today's fast-paced world, critical thinking, reasoning, and decision-making are essential skills that everyone can benefit from. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a student, or simply someone who wants to navigate daily challenges more effectively, learning how to think smartly can drastically improve your life. Smart Thinking by Matthew Allen dives deep into the principles of reasoning and how we can use them to make better choices, analyze situations with greater clarity, and solve problems with more precision. In this expanded exploration, we will break down the core ideas presented in the book, offering practical insights and tips on how to incorporate smart thinking into your daily life. We'll discuss how reasoning works, how to build better arguments, and the different types of reasoning, all while providing additional examples and thought-provoking exercises. Part 1. The basics of reasoning and smart thinking. Smart thinking is rooted in reasoning. Reasoning is the process of making connections between claims, statements, and conclusions. A claim is a statement that asserts something is true or false, and reasoning involves linking these claims in a way that leads to a logical conclusion. Understanding this process helps us approach problems more effectively and make better decisions. Claims and statements. At its core, reasoning starts with understanding claims. Claims are statements that can be tested for their truth or falsehood. For example, the Earth revolves around the Sun is a claim because we can test it scientifically. However, questions like, does the Earth revolve around the Sun, are not claims because they do not assert a position that can be proven. Linking claims. In reasoning, claims are often linked together to form an argument. The most basic type of reasoning involves linking a premise, a supporting claim, to a conclusion. For instance, when someone advises their friend to drive carefully because the road is wet, the reasoning involves two claims. 1. The road is wet, and 2. Driving on wet roads can be dangerous. By linking these two claims, we arrive at the conclusion that careful driving is necessary. By breaking down arguments into smaller parts, it becomes easier to follow the logical flow and understand how the conclusion is supported. This process of linking claims is foundational to smart thinking because it reveals the structure of reasoning and helps us identify any weak points in an argument. Part 2. Building better claims. Effective reasoning relies on strong claims. A well-constructed claim is clear, precise, and built on solid evidence. When making claims, it's essential to consider the audience and context in which they are presented. Language and phrasing matter because different people might interpret words differently based on their experiences or background. Self-evident claims. Some claims are self-evident, meaning they do not need additional proof to be accepted as true. For example, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius is a self-evident claim because it is a fact that can be observed and verified easily. These types of claims form the foundation of more complex arguments. Claims based on authority. Other claims are based on authority, relying on the expertise or credibility of a trusted source. For instance, if a medical professional asserts that regular exercise is good for health, most people would accept that claim because it is coming from a knowledgeable authority. Claims supported by reasoning. In many cases, claims are supported by logical reasoning rather than direct evidence or authority. This is especially common in areas where clear answers may not be available, such as in debates over political or social issues. In these cases, it is crucial to build a well-structured argument that logically connects the claims to the conclusion. Example of combining claims: climate change. Let's explore an example of how different types of claims can be combined. If you want to argue that climate change is happening, you could use several types of claims. One self-evident claim: ice caps are melting at an accelerated rate, observable fact. 2. Authority-based claim. NASA and other scientific organizations report that global temperatures are rising. Reasoning-based claim. Human activities, such as deforestation and the burning of fossil fuels, are contributing to the greenhouse effect, leading to climate change. By linking these claims, you create a strong argument that is supported by observable facts, expert testimony, and logical reasoning. Part 3. Understanding and linking reasoning. Once you have strong claims, the next step is to effectively link them to form a persuasive argument. This involves ensuring that each claim supports the conclusion clearly and logically. When linking claims, context is essential. Every claim must be framed properly to show its relevance to the conclusion. The role of framing premises. A framing premise is a statement that provides context for a claim, especially when its connection to the conclusion might not be immediately obvious. For example, if someone argues that companies should invest more in remote work technologies, the framing premise might be that a study shows companies with remote work options have increased productivity. This premise gives the necessary context for the claim that investing in remote work technologies is a good idea. Ensuring unity between claims and conclusions. It's important to maintain unity between the scope of your claims and the certainty they provide. Broad generalizations require robust evidence, while more specific claims can rely on smaller pieces of evidence. For instance, claiming that all employees prefer working from home requires substantial evidence, whereas saying some employees prefer working from home is a more manageable claim that can be supported by fewer data points. Part 4, Deductive versus Inductive Reasoning. Reasoning can be divided into two main categories: deductive and inductive reasoning. Understanding the difference between these types of reasoning helps us build stronger arguments and assess the strength of others' arguments. Deductive reasoning involves drawing conclusions that are logically guaranteed based on the premises. For example, premise 1, all humans need oxygen to survive. John is a human. Conclusion, therefore John needs oxygen to survive. If the premises are true, the conclusion must be true. Deductive reasoning provides certainty, but its effectiveness depends on the truth of the premises. Inductive reasoning, on the other hand, involves drawing general conclusions based on specific observations. For example, if you observe that the sun rises every morning, you might conclude that the sun will rise again tomorrow. However, inductive reasoning only provides probability, not certainty. While inductive reasoning is valuable, it's important to acknowledge that new evidence could change the conclusion. Part 5, Research, Reasoning, and Analysis. In today's information-rich world, being able to find, analyze, and evaluate data is crucial for smart thinking. With so much information available, it's easy to become overwhelmed or misled by unreliable sources. Defining the research topic. The first step in conducting research is to define the topic clearly. Knowing what you are looking for helps filter out irrelevant information and focus on the most important data. Evaluating sources. Not all information is created equal. Academic sources, such as peer-reviewed journals and conference papers, are generally more reliable than popular media sources like magazines or blogs. However, even popular sources can provide valuable insights if used appropriately. Dealing with conflicting information. Sometimes you may encounter conflicting information on the same topic. When this happens, it's important to analyze the sources to understand why they differ. Ask questions such as, who wrote the article? What is their background? Do they have a bias? By critically evaluating the context in which information was produced, you can make better judgments about its reliability. Part 6, the importance of planning in smart thinking. Smart thinking doesn't happen by accident. It requires careful planning and organization. One of the best tools for organizing your thoughts is mind mapping. This technique helps visualize the connections between ideas and ensures that every part of an argument is supported by solid reasoning. Creating a mind map. Start by listing your main conclusion at the center of the mind map. From there, branch out into the key claims that support your conclusion. For each claim, include the evidence or reasoning that backs it up. This process helps you see the overall structure of your argument and identify any weak spots. Revising your argument. After planning your argument, it's essential to revise it carefully. Ask yourself questions like, is my conclusion supported by strong evidence? Are my claims clear and precise? Have I provided enough context for my audience to understand my reasoning? By answering these questions, you can refine your argument and ensure that it is as strong and persuasive as possible. Conclusion: applying smart thinking to everyday life. Smart thinking isn't just for solving complex problems. It can improve every aspect of your life. Whether you're making decisions about your career, navigating personal relationships, or managing your finances, Applying the principles of reasoning and analysis will help you approach challenges with confidence and clarity. By understanding how to form strong claims, link them effectively, and use both deductive and inductive reasoning, you can enhance your problem-solving skills and make smarter decisions in all areas of life. If you found these insights valuable, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more summaries that break down the world's best ideas. Keep thinking smart, and until next time, take care. If this summary resonated with you and you'd like to dive deeper into the power of living in the present, I highly recommend getting the full book for a more profound experience. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to PowerBooks for more inspiring book summaries, and share it with anyone who could benefit from these insights. Got any thoughts or questions on today's summary? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear how you're applying these principles or any challenges you're working through. Remember, knowledge alone is not power. The application of knowledge is power, and the best time to act is always now. Until our next summary, stay grounded in the present moment. Thanks for watching, and take care.